User from the EDMS, Architect Emerson Salas.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, sir. For the BAC Technical Working Group, Attorney Frank Edward Marty,
Present online.
Attorney Edelisa Irugin, Engineer Hubert Damatak,
Present online.
Engineer Michael Macabenta,
Present.
Engineer Ludita Hubay,
Present online.
afternoon, ma'am. Engineer Joferan Joseph Torrefranca,
Present online. Good afternoon.
afternoon, sir. And Miss Maria Cristina Balonon.
Present online.
For the BAC Secretariat, our overall head, Dr. Rolly Bayaban, Irish Presyon, Attorney John Bo Masiglat, at Miss Melina Reyes, Mr. Sonny Villabert, Mr. Thomas Duke Santos, Miss Sandra Serdan, Miss Annalisa Torrefranca, and sir, our minutes taker for today's meeting, Miss Eloisa Casimiro. Sir, present in today's meeting, sir, are also the members of the BAC Secretariat, other members of the BAC Secretariat, as well as our observers from the DOTR, COA, IES, and we also sent our invitation letters to the PCCI, ASFI, and the Procurement Divisions. That's all for the roll call, sir.
All right, thank you for that roll call. With that, let's proceed with the items in the agenda. The first being the pre-bid conference for the following projects. The first one is the Laoag International Airport Development Project, calendar year 2021, runway strip grade correction with provision of strip end and RESA, expansion of turnaround pad, construction of access road. ADMS DOTR downloaded project amounting to 124,947,650 pesos and 99 cents. So do we have bidders for this?
Yes, sir. We have 6 bidders who inquired for this, sir.
They're here in the room already.
We are about to admit them,
Okay,
sir.
let's admit them, please. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chair, those that are in our list, sir, are still not in the waiting room, sir.
Okay. Sige, if there's no prospective bidders in accordance with the DPBB rules, we'll still proceed to the presentation since we were being streamed live in any case for those viewing who are interested in submitting their bids. Who will be presenting this?
Mr. Chair, good afternoon. I will be
But sir,
presenting.
Attorney
We have
Frank,
to-
Mr. Chair, but before the TWG presenter, we would like to manifest, sir, that there are 6 bidders who submitted their inquiry on this, sir. From SM Castro Management and Construction, DJCM Construction, Sean Construction Joint Venture, and BM Marketing and Prime Gigabuild Construction and HG3. That's all, sir.
Alright, sige. That is noted on the record. TWG, please proceed with the presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Hold on. Ma'am Diane is saying present in the chat. Good afternoon, ma'am. Sige, Frank, go ahead.
Okay. Secretariat, can you confirm if you can now see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to our prospective bidders who are watching us live via YouTube. I will be presenting the Laoag Airport Development Project CY 2021. This is the pre-bidding conference. So welcome, and I will be discussing the highlights of the bid documents for these projects. And by the way, the bid documents are available at the at PhilJeps at the same time at our website, the CAAP website. These are downloadable and these are free of charge. And also, Mr. Chair, also to our bidders, the plans and drawings for this project is available at the BAC Secretariat. So for the invitation to bid, the The complete title of the project is the Laoag Airport Development Project CY 2021, runway strip grade correction with provision of strip end and resa, expansion of turnaround pad, construction of access road, grouted riprap slope protection at proposed access road, provision of double barrel RCPC and manhole, concreting of additional VPA and exit road with additional lighting system, drainage system at VPA, and construction of perimeter security fence and frangible fence. So the source of fund for this project is from the DOTR downloaded under the GAA CY 2021 with approved budget for the contract amounting to 124,947,650 pesos and 99 centavos. So in your screens right now are the minimum technical required personnel requirement. So we have the civil engineer, geodetic engineer, materials engineer, construction foreman, and safety and health officer. Enumerated also on the right of the screen is a minimum major equipment requirement. So these items are also available at are also indicated in the Philippine bidding documents. For the required pickup license, medium A, category B for road, highway, pavement, railways, airport, horizontal structures, and bridges. And these projects shall be done in 360 calendar days, inclusive of 21 rainy or unworkable days. And for the bid documents, you can avail the you can get the documents at the BAC Secretariat, and the applicable fee is 56,000 inclusive of the 12% VAT. So I will go now to the bid data sheet, just highlights of, important items in the bid data sheet. So for item 3.0, we require a certificate of site inspection, which can be found in Annex B. So you just have to look for Mr. Ronald V. Estabilio, the Civil Aviation Area Manager, CAAP for Area 1, or his duly authorized representative. So the certificate of site inspection shall also be accompanied by the company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection, the copy of the airport or visitor's logbook together with the entry name of the person and the signature of the person who conducted the site inspection, and of course also the picture of the proposed site, including the person who conducted the site inspection, together with the airport representative. So bids not complying with these instructions shall be disqualified. So here are the illustration of the certificate of site inspection. This form is available attached to the bid docs. So illustrations of the company ID and the logbook. For bid data sheet 5.0, the prospective bidder has to submit a single largest completed contract, which is similar to the project, equivalent at least 50% of the ABC. And for this purpose, the similar project refers to number 1, upgrading, improvement, rehabilitation, construction of unpaved road and or earthworks. And the corresponding ABC for this is 74 million, 281,498 pesos and 53 centavos. And another similar project is the concreting of roads or other horizontal structure with an ABC of 36,339 pesos, 339,442 pesos and 15 centavos. So both these category has to be complied with by the prospective bidder. So for the ITB clause 7.1, we are not allowing subcontracting. For 10.1, the eligibility and technical documents checklist is also available attached to this and will be shown later. And this has to be submitted by the prospective bidders. Under ITB clause 10.3, valid pickup license or special pickup license in case of a joint venture, they have to comply with the medium A license category B, road, highway, pavement, railways, airport, horizontal structures, and bridges for the type. and cost of the contract to be bid. So bids not complying with these shall be disqualified. Under ITB 11.2, bids exceeding the ABC shall be disqualified. So 10.4, ITB clause 10.4, enumerated are the key personnel required for this project. So this has to be complied with, otherwise the submission shall be disqualified. For ITB 10.5, enumerated here are the list of equipment that will be used or assigned to the project. So flashed in your screen right now is the list. So this is the second part of the list of the major equipment. So ITB clause 11.2, bids exceeding the ABC of the project shall be disqualified. And in ITB 15.1, bid security, this is for the bid security, which can be in the form of bid securing declaration or in other forms and amounts. So for the amount of not less than 2% of the ABC, if the bid security is in cash, cashier, or manager's check, bank draft, or guarantee or revocable letter of credit, while the amount of not less than 5% if of the ABC if the bid security used by the prospective bidder is surety bond. So for ITB 16.0, this is for the pagination and for the document. So each and every page thereof shall be initialed and signed. So there should be the initial and signature of or signature of the duly authorized representative of the bidder. So the submitted eligibility, technical, and financial documents shall be properly marked with index tabs, ear tabs, and must be sequentially paginated in accurate order. So say, for example, page 3 of the 100 or the last page of the document. So this is on a per envelope basis. So technical and both technical and financial documents. So pagination should be sequentially based on the entire span of the whole document inside the envelope. Remember, bids not complying with these instructions shall be automatically disqualified. So take note of these provision because we have a lot of bidders who failed to comply with this ITB clause 16.0. So here are the illustrations of tabbings and pagination, as well as the required or mandatory signature or initials in each page. So please take note again that any non-compliance with these instructions shall be ground for automatic disqualification. Also, each bidder shall submit one copy of the original technical component and financial eligibility document. So now we only allow we now allow only one submission for the original and financial eligibility document. So it has to be properly labeled, indicating the contract to be bid, the name of the contract to be bid in capital letters, the name and address of the bidder, the name of address of the procuring entity, as identified in ITB clause 10.1, and it should also bear the warning, do not open before the date and the time before the opening of bids in accordance to ITB clause 21. For ITB clause 15.2, partial bid is not allowed. Infrastructure project is packaged in a single lot, and the lot shall be divided into sublots for the purpose of bidding, evaluation, and contract award. So I will now proceed to the special conditions of the contract under ITB's under GCC clause 7.2. Itong yung requirement natin na 15 years in case of a permanent structure such as building types of type 4 and type 5 as classified under the National Building Code of the Philippines. In GCC clause 13, while it is indicated that the amount of the advance payment shall not exceed 15%. However, the following or in compliance with DOTR policy, the procuring entity will not provide or will not give advance payment to contractors. So just take note of that. In GCC clause 15.2, the amount to be withheld for failing to produce as-built drawings and or operating and maintenance manuals by the date required is 2% of the contract price. So, flashing your screen right now are the items that are indicated in the checklist of the technical and financial documents. These include the legal documents, technical documents, financial documents, and the second envelope, which is the financial component, also enumerated the required submission, and these are the items that will be checked during the opening of bids. So I will now proceed to the technical details of the project. With me are engineers from the ADMS who will also provide clarification. Also help should there be clarification later on. So now I am just showing the development site development plan for the project. So the scope of work includes the expansion of turnaround pad, provision of RESA, provision of strip end, construction of fungible fence, construction of perimeter security fence. So this is the enlarged plan, the location map, the site development plan for the project, the main sewer layout. All these drawings are available and will be given to you once you will ask from the BAC Secretariat. So front elevation, the access road type section. So for now I will just discuss or enumerate the major category of work for this project. First is the mobilization, demobilization under SPL number 1. So under letter A, runway strip grade correction with provision of strip ends and RESA. So which includes clearing, grabbing, excavation, embankment, aggregate sub-base course, expansion. Next is the expansion of turnaround pad. It includes the aggregate sub-base course, aggregate base course, Portland cement concrete pavement. For the construction of access road, a major category of works includes excavation, embankment, aggregate sub-base course, Portland cement concrete pavement. For ground riprap slope protection at the proposed access road, provision of double barrel RCPC manhole, concreting of additional vehicular parking area, which includes the excavation, embankment, aggregate sub-base course, Portland cement concrete pavement. And for the drainage system, this will cover the site works, civil structural works, reinforced concrete pipe culvert. For the lighting system at the proposed vehicular parking area, this will include the site works, concrete works, steel works, electrical works, and miscellaneous works at the VPA. So for construction of fungible fence, the works to be done include site works, civil structural works, concrete works, steel works, the construction of perimeter fence. Again, it also covers site works, civil structural works, covering concrete works, masonry works, steel works. The project also would include or would provide the temporary facilities and that is for staff house and including staff house and service vehicle. So that ends my presentation. At this juncture, the technical working group together with the end user from the ADMS is now ready to entertain questions or clarification from the bidders. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
All right. Thank you, Attorney Frank. Do we have bidders who came in sa room? Wala pa rin.
Yes, sir, we do have, sir.
Meron na. Alright, good afternoon po. So this, I'm sure this is the opportunity for you to raise your queries regarding the presentation. If there's any, meron po ba? Okay, if there's none, for those who are watching as well, you also have the chance to submit your queries in writing until 10 days prior to the scheduled opening of bids. So kung hindi nyo matanong today, you still have the opportunity to do so, and we will respond to your queries through writing as well. Again, is there any more queries? If there's none, okay, we can already close this item and proceed to the next item on the agenda. Thank you. I will dismiss the bidders for this project. And let's move on to the next. So the next item is for pre-bid conference for Ormoc Airport Development Project. Construction of control tower building, powerhouse, transformer yard, box culvert, and strip grade correction. And ADMS DOTR downloaded project amounting to 194,095 and 194,095,250 pesos. Clear na ba tayo from the first item?
Yes, sir. And yung naiwan po, sir, yun yung mga same leaders po
Okay.
na nagtanong.
So we have bidders for this particular project.
Yes, sir. We have 12, sir, leaders for this.
Okay. For the Ormoc Airport Development Project. Sige. With that, we'll proceed with the presentation. Who will be presenting this?
Mr. Chair, Engineer Mike Macabenta of ADMS PWG will present the project.
Go ahead, Engineer Mike.
Good afternoon. Meets and Towards Committee of BAC Bravo, BAC Charlie. Mr. Chair and members of the BAC. Today is the pre-bid conference for the procurement of Ormoc Airport Development Project, CY 2021. Project title of the project title is the Ormoc Airport Development Project, construction of control tower building, powerhouse, transformer yard, box culvert, and strip grade correction. Source of fund for this project is GAA CY 2021 downloaded projects. Approved budget of the contract for the contract amounting to 194,095,250 pesos. Minimum technical personnel requirement for this project is listed on the Philippine bidding documents. One's project engineer, one electrical engineer, one mechanical engineer, one materials engineer, one master plumber, one geodetic engineer, one master electrician, one construction foreman, and one safety and health officer. Listed on the right of the screen are the minimum major equipment requirement. This list of requirements is also available in the Philippine bidding documents posted in the PhilJEP's website. Required pickup license for this project. Prospective bidders must have medium A license category B, road, highway pavement, railways, airport, horizontal structures and bridges, and medium A license category B, building and industrial plant. Duration of the project is 390 calendar days, inclusive of 10 rainy or unworkable days. The bidding documents is available at the back office through the secretariat. Prospective bidders may pay 56,000 pesos, inclusive of VAT. Let's proceed with the key bid data sheet clauses. BDS clause 3.0, referring to the certificate of site inspection prescribed with the prescribed format Annex B Form 1, duly signed by Mr. Alan A. Miode, Airport Manager of Ormoc Airport, or his duly authorized representative. The certificate of site inspection shall include the following documents and part of the bidder's technical documents are a copy of company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection, second, copy of the airport's or facility visitor's logbook with the entry of the name and signature of the person who conducted the site inspection. Third, picture of the proposed site, including the personnel who conducted the site inspection together with the airport manager or officer in charge or his duly authorized representative. Bids not complying to this instruction shall be disqualified. Shown in the screen are the illustrations of the certificate of site inspection to be signed by the airport manager or the authorized representative, company ID, airport logbook, ITB bid data sheet clause 5.2. Only bids of bidders to be found to be legally, technically, and financially capable will be evaluated. The bidders must have an experience of having completed single largest contract that is similar to this project, equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC. For this purpose, contracts similar to the project refers to contracts which have the same major categories of work, which shall be the following. Number one, category number one, building construction or improvement or rehabilitation or repair, amounting with the ABC of 76,923,662.11. Second category, concreting or asphalting of roads and other horizontal structures amounting to or with an ABC of 17,146,478 and 33 cents. Clause 7.1, for this project, we are not allowing subcontracting. 10.1, bidders shall submit all eligibility and technical documents as specified in Section 10, checklist of technical and financial documents. This checklist is included in the Philippine bidding documents posted in the PhilJEP's website. (10.3) refers to the valid pickup license or special pickup license in case of joint ventures and registration. Medium A license category B for vertical works, building and industrial plant. Medium A license category B for horizontal works, road, highway, pavement, railways, airport, and horizontal structures and bridges for the type of and cost of the contract to be bid. Bids not complying to this instruction shall be disqualified. Clause 11.2, bids exceeding the ABC of the project shall be disqualified. As previously shown, clause 10.4 refers to the key personnel that must be required must meet the required minimum years of experience set below. Bids not complying to this instruction shall be disqualified. The minimum major equipment requirements are the following. With the specification with regards to the capacity of the heavy equipment, the bidder must submit the minimum capacity of each of the listed equipment, major equipment. Second batch of the list for minimum major equipment requirements. Clause 11.2, bid exceeding the slide is a duplication. Proceed with the clause 15.1. Bid security shall be in the form of bid securing declaration or any of the following forms and amounts. First, the amount of not less than 2% of the ABC. If bid security is in cash, cashier's or manager's check, bank draft or guarantee, or a revocable letter of credit. Second, the amount of not less than 5% of the ABC if bid security is in surety bond. Bidders must take note of this clause, bid data sheet clause 16.0. Each and every page of thereof shall be initialed or signed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. Submitted eligibility, technical, and financial documents shall be properly marked with index tabs or ear tab and must be sequentially paginated. Sequentially paginated in accurate order in the form of example page 3 out of 100. Pagination should be sequential based on the entire span of the whole documents. As with our experience, many of our procurement for other projects, prospective bidders are disqualified with this bid data sheet clause. Kindly, please note with regards to this instruction, to avoid disqualification. Sample illustration for ITB clause 16.0. Table contents, the tabbings, initials and signature with pagination in accurate order. Bids not in complying with the above instruction, with these instructions, shall be automatically disqualified. So under this clause 16.0, each bidder shall submit one original copy of the technical and financial eligibility component documents. All envelopes must be labeled as follows: name of the contract to be bid in capital letters, name and address of the bidder in capital letters, name and address of the procuring entity's PAC identified in ITB clause number 10.1. Bear the specific identification of this bidding process indicated in the invitation to bid, and bear a warning: do not open before the date and the time of opening of the bids in accordance with the ITB clause 21. Clause 19.2, partial bid is not allowed. The infrastructure project is packaged in a single lot, and the lot shall not be divided into sublots for the purpose of bidding, evaluation, and contract award. Now proceed with the special conditions of the contract. Clause 7.2. In case of permanent structures such as buildings, types 4 and 5 are classified under the National Building Code of the Philippines, and other structures made of steel, iron, and or concrete which comply with the relevant structural codes, such as but not limited to steel or concrete, bridges, flyovers, aircraft movement areas, ports, dams, tunnels, filtration, and treatment plants, sewerage systems, power plants, transmission and communication towers, railway system, and other similar permanent structures. Clause 15, the amount of the advance payment shall not exceed 15% of the total contract price. However, as per Department of Transportation policy, procuring entity will not give advance payment to contractors. GCC clause 15.2, the amount to be withheld for failing to produce as-built drawings and or operating and maintenance manuals for by the date required is 2% of the contract price. Uh, as discussed earlier, the checklist and technical and financial documents is included in the Philippine bidding documents as shown. These are the list of technical component envelope with Class A documents, legal documents, technical documents, and financial documents. Second component is the financial component envelope with the bidding form and other documentary requirements with their prescribed format. Um, I'll proceed with the project technical details. This project is located at Ormoc Airport, Ormoc City, island of Leyte. Ormoc Airport has a concrete runway 2,042 meters by 36 meters in width, with an apron 150 meters by 80 meters. Taxiways with taxiways 18 meters in width. Passenger terminal building, approximately 1,350 square meters. So this is the site development plan for the strip grade correction and box culvert. Site development plan for control tower, powerhouse, and transformer yard. This is the conceptual drawing for the construction of control tower building, of the new control tower building. Ground floor plan, roof deck plan, typical control tower shaft level plan, and subjunction level plan. Other level plans elevation plans, construct conceptual drawing for the construction of powerhouse, floor plans, ground, roof, elevations, detailed design engineering plans for the construction of box culvert, illustration shows the sections of the box culvert, including the wing wall. Plans for the transformer yard. Elevation plan of the transformer yard with the security fence. So, with the specific scope of work per item, scope of work for this project includes item SPL1, mobilization, demobilization, um, strip grade correction with two items under it, clearing and grabbing and embankment. Letter B, scope, construction of box culvert, includes excavation and disposal and structural concrete. Item C, construction of control tower, includes civil structural works, with items under the civil structural works are items site works, concrete works, masonry, steel works, V moisture and thermal protection works, ceiling works, architectural, doors and windows, plumbing, electrical works, mechanical works, fire detection alarm system, supply and installation of passenger elevator, file driving works, item D, construction of powerhouse with civil and civil and structural works. Under this are items site works, concrete works, masonry, steel, waterproofing, architectural works. Mechanical works, and plumbing works. Item D, construction of the transformer yard with civil and structural works. Under this are items site works, concrete, masonry, steel works, waterproofing, painting works, waterproofing, and other architectural works includes painting works. SPL2 item, temporary facility, includes staff house, service vehicle, and general provisions. This ends our presentation for the pre-bid conference for this project. Um, at this juncture, um, we'll entertain questions from the prospective bidders, and the TWG, and with the help of the end users, will answer their queries.
All right, thank you, engineer. As mentioned at this juncture, we're opening the floor for any queries from our bidders. As mentioned earlier, as well, we have 12 bidders, tama ito ni Irish, that are here. So if you have questions, kindly
Sir?
state your name and the company you represent before proceeding, please.
Mr. Chair,
Yes. And nag-read si Secretariat. Let's proceed with the questions, please. I see some questions in the chat box. Maybe we can read some of them. Or if you're here in the room, maybe you can raise them now. Thank you.
in the chat box.
Meron pong may tanong?
Sir, we have a question. Sir, we have a question from DJ CM.
If they're here, maybe they can state their question on record para ma-record din natin sa voice recording natin.
Hello. Hello, sir. Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon. This is representative from DJCM Construction Corporation and Shawin Construction Supply joint venture for the Laoag Airport project. I already request for a legal clearance, but there's no acknowledgement on our email. So how do we know if they already got our request, sir? Or how many days when we get the clearance? Hello, sir.
Yes. Siguro TWG, let's just coordinate please with ELS. I was able to sign a bunch of legal clearances today. I just don't know if they're one of those. Ma'am, we'll send po an acknowledgement to you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Anything else?
No more, sir.
How about the other bidders? Do you have questions from the presentation?
Sir, we have a question here from Angelbert Bayot for ITB clause
Attorney Irish, can you
10.4.
call them online, please, if they're here?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Please ask your question, sir. Introduce yourself first and the company that you represent. Thank you.
Delivered by po from OCS. Sir, wala po nalagay na relevant experience sa Maki personnel kung ilang minimum po.
Okay. Sir, are you referring, sir, to ITB 10.4, sir?
Po, sa bidding documents po mismo, sir.
Okay, sir. We'll check. Engineer Sala. Walang nakalagay na experience dun sa...
Apo, minimum na experience po na nila.
Sir, meron po tayong nakalagay na minimum experience po yan for the key personnel required po. Nasa scope of work po siya, sir. If we can, for a while, sir, we'll just get the document, sir. Sa Sir, 1 second po, sir. Chinecheck lang po ng mga engineers namin, sir.
Okay po, sir.
While waiting for sige sir, but as far as our documents, sir, meron pong nakalagay kung ano po yung minimum required experience para po dun sa lahat ng mga personnel, key personnel po.
Meron po dito, sir, yung general experience is 5 years, pero po sa relevant experience ay wala pong nakalagay kung ilang minimum.
Okay, sir. Can wait, sir. The end user, sir, is checking the document now.
Nandiyan po ba to?
Sige lang po.
Nandun sa ano, part ng requirements ng personnel.
Sir, anyway, sir, we will double check the bid documents. Yeah. It's yeah. Sir, nasa BDS clause 10.4, nakalagay naman po yung general experience na 5 years, pero
Ito, sir, yung relevant na yun.
walang number of years.
5 years po.
Okay. Sir, just to be clarified, sir, 5 years din po yung minimum relevant experience po para sa lahat ng key personnel, sir.
5 years po, tapos 5 years po sa isa.
Yes po, sir. But for clarity po, sir, we will just issue the necessary bid bulletin na lang po, sir, kung para lang po ma-clarify lang po.
Okay, sir. Thank you po.
Salamat po, sir.
Thank you po, thank you po.
Okay, we'll just prepare that bid bulletin as mentioned. Do you have any other queries from other bidders?
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon po.
Yeah, I'm Engineer Uy from Sino Construction. I have some questions sa Ormoc. Can I proceed?
Go ahead, sir.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I was late in this conference. May I know when is the bidding of this project? Was it moved?
Sir, the opening of bids, sir, if I may respond, sir, Mr. Chair. The opening of bids, Mr. Chair, is scheduled on December 21. December 21, Mr. Chair.
Ormoc.
This is for the Ormoc.
Yes, sir. That is for the Ormoc po, sir.
Sir, if I may, I was late kasi dun sa Laoag. May I also tapos ng Laoag? May we know the date of the Laoag airport?
Same, sir. Same po, sir.
Okay.
21 din po.
Okay. You will be issuing a bid bulletin. Bid
Yes po,
bulletin?
sir. We will be issuing bid bulletin, sir, considering that we moved the pre-bid conference for this. Naka-prepare na din po yung bid bulletin namin, sir. It will be issued immediately after this bid pre-bid conference, sir.
Okay po. Then I have another one technical question. Dito sa BOQ of the transformer pad of the Ormoc, item E, in the scope of work, there is item 3, which is the steel works. However, dito po sa BOQ, there's no steel works, item number 4. So baka ho na ano lang po.
Okay.
Na miss.
Okay. Sige, sir. Noted on your manifestations, observations, sir. The end user, sir, takes note of the observation, and we will just issue the necessary bid bulletin, sir, kung kailangan po.
Okay. Thank you po. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, Attorney Frank.
Salamat po, Engineer Uy.
How about the other bidders? Do you have more questions?
Kahit kung secretariat na wala.
Sila nagbabasa sila, kaya nakikinig.
Meron pa po ba? Pinari, should we miss anything from the chat?
Wala na po, sir. Yun lang po yung mag-isang question kanina.
Okay. Again, if you have more questions and you're not able to raise it here, you have the opportunity to submit those in writing. And under the rules, you have 10 days until before the opening of the bid to submit your queries, and we will answer them as soon as we can. Again, for the last time, we'll just ask, do we have any further questions?
Sir, last question po.
Yes.
Mr. Chair. When are the plans available so that we can go to the CAAP office to request?
Attorney Frank, can you answer that?
Yes, Mr. Chair. The plans and drawings, sir, are now available at our BAC Secretariat, sir. Pwede na pong pumunta po, sir, at para makahingi po.
Okay. Thank you, pa.
You're welcome po.
Sir. All right. Any further questions? Sige, if there's no more, again, you can put it in writing and we will answer all of your questions. So for now, since we have still several items on the agenda, we'll close this matter. Maraming salamat po for those who attended. You can already leave the online meeting. And we're moving forward to the next item in the agenda, which is Catbalogan Airport Development Project, calendar year 2021. Construction of control tower building, administration building, powerhouse, transformer yard, and site development amounting to 101,130,438 pesos and 50 centavos and ADMS DOTR downloaded project. Are we clear already?
We are still admitting the others, sir.
Sige, we'll wait.
Sige po, sir. After the presentation po.
Good.
Sir, we are ready na.
Sige, let's proceed, please. Who will be presenting this?
Mr. Chair, I will be presenting the Catbalogan Airport Development Project.
All right, thank you.
Okay. To our prospective bidders, good afternoon. Welcome to the pre-bidding conference for the Catbalogan Airport Development Project, CY 2021. This is for the construction of control tower building, administration building, powerhouse, transformer yard, and site development. So, for the information of our prospective bidders, the bid documents for this project is already available at the PhilJEP's website as well as the CAAP website. So it is downloadable on this website. So for today, I will be discussing the highlights or salient points for of the bid documents. So the source of fund of this project is the GAA, General Appropriation Act of CY 2021. This is a downloaded project from the Department of Transportation. And the ABC for this project is 101,130,438 pesos and 50 centavos. As per invitation to bid, these are the flash in your screens are the minimum technical personnel requirement as well as the major equipment requirement for the project. So on your left is the technical personnel requirement, and on your right is the minimum major equipment requirement. So the pickup license requirement for this project is medium A, category B. That is for building an industrial plant, and this project is expected to be completed in 390 calendar days, inclusive of 10 workable rainy days or unworkable days. So the bid document cost 56,000. I'm sorry, 56,000 inclusive of 12% VAT. So for the BDS, for the bid data sheet, I will be discussing ITB clauses, particularly ITB clause 3.0, which the project requires the certificate of site inspection. The format for this or the template for this is available at Annex B, Form 1. The certificate of site inspection must be signed by Mr. Norman Nunez, the officer in charge of Catbalogan Airport, or his duly authorized representative. So the submitted certificate site of inspection shall also be accompanied or shall also attach the following requirements: company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection, copy of the airport facility or visitor's logbook with the entry name of the person who conducted the site inspection, and the picture of the proposed site, including the personnel who conducted the site inspection and the airport manager or the duly authorized representative of the airport manager. So bids not complying to these requirements are shall be a ground for disqualification. So this is the sample bid a certificate of site inspection. This is available in the bid documents. These are the illustrations of the company ID and the logbook. For ITB clause 5.2, the bidder shall submit a single largest completed contract, which is similar to the contract to be bid, and it shall be equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC. And for this purpose, similar contract shall refer to building, construction, improvement, rehabilitation, repair, with an ABC of 101,130,438 pesos and 45 centavos. So under ITV 7.1, we are not allowing subcontracting, and in ITB 10.1, the bidder shall submit the eligibility and technical documents as specified in the checklist of technical and financial documents, which will be shown later. ITB clause 10.3, pickup license is required, and for this, the pickup license medium A, category B for buildings and industrial plant, and for joint venture, you need to also provide the special pickup license. So failure to comply these requirements is a ground for disqualification. ITB clause 11.2, bid exceeding the ABC of the project shall be disqualified. So under ITB clause 10.4, we are flashing here the required personnel for the project, as well as the experience, general experience, and the relevant experience that is required. So we require 5 years in general engineering and 3 years in building construction and improvement, repair, rehabilitation. So kindly take note of the key personnel required. In ITB 10.5, we are providing here the list of the major equipment which should be submitted and provided for the project. So in your screens, and these are available also in the bid document. So bids not complying with these instructions shall be disqualified. ITB clause 11.2, bid exceeding the ABC of the project shall be disqualified. So in 15.1 ITB, the bid security may come in the form of bid securing declaration or in any of the following forms and amount. If it will be in cash or cashier's manager's check, bank draft guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, it shall be 2% of the ABC. And if the bid security is in the form of surety bond, it shall not be less than 5% of the ABC. For ITB 16, this requires that each and every page of the submitted bid shall be initialed and signed by the duly authorized representative of the bidder. And the submitted eligibility, technical and financial document shall be properly marked with index tabs and shall be sequentially paginated in accurate order. For example, 3 of 100, the page number of the last page of the document per envelope basis. Pagination should be sequential based on the entire span of the whole document inside the envelope. Please take note that bids not complying with these instructions shall be disqualified, and we are very particular on this requirement as well. So these are just sample illustrations of the proper tabbing and pagination and the required initial or signature in each and every page. For ITB 16.0 as well, the bidder shall submit one original technical component and one financial eligibility documents. And these envelopes shall be labeled with the name of the contract to be bid, the address of the bidder in capital letters, the name and address of the procuring entity as identified in ITB clause 10.1, and it shall also bear the warning, do not open before the date and the time on the scheduled bid opening as per ITB clause 21. For ITB clause 19.2, partial bid is not allowed, so we are not allowing partial bid, considering that this project is packaged in a single lot, and we are not allowing this to be subdivided into sublots for purposes of the bidding, evaluation, and contract of award. For the special conditions of the contract, GCC clause 7.2, this refers to the warranty. This is 15 years. This is in accordance with the National Building Code of the Philippines as for Type 4 or Type 5 classification of permanent structures. For GCC clause number 13, although it is indicated that the advance payment shall not exceed 15%. However, in compliance with DOTR policy, the procuring entity will not give advance payment to contractors. And in 15.2, General Clause 15.2, there is a required 2% of the contract price for those who failed to produce the as-built drawings and or operating and maintenance of manuals. So in flash in your screen right now are the required documents as indicated in the checklist of technical and financial documents. So these are the items that we will be checking during the opening of bids, which shall compose of the Class A documents, legal, technical, and financial, and also Class B documents. That is for the technical component envelope. For the financial component envelope, we are requiring the following items as flashed in your screens. So we'll go now to the technical details of the project. This is the for the appreciation of our bidders, prospective bidders. This is the airport layout, the site development plan. So this will be the site development plan as well. Yeah, so the vehicular parking area concreting with concrete curbs and paintings. This is for the landscaping works. Concrete hollow blocks perimeter fence. Also for the pathwalk and security fence, covered pathwalk. So all these drawings and plans are available at our BAC Secretariat office, and all prospective bidders may obtain these drawings and plans. So, administrative building, the transformer yard. So all the details and the specifications are available. And considering that these are big files, we will be giving the prospective bidders with the thumb drive containing all the documents related to the project. So for the scope of work, here are the major categories of work. I will just run through the major category of works, and all the details are also available in these are all included in the bid document. So SPL1, mobilization, demobilization. SPL2, temporary facilities, which include staff house, service vehicle, and it shall cover for the period of 390 calendar days. For the construction of administrative building, the category, the works to be done includes civil structural works, site works, pile driving works. For the construction of administrative building, concrete. This would involve concreting works, masonry works. For concrete works, it has a total volume of 125.51 metric. And for masonry works, a total of coverage area of 508.62 square meters. Steels, for the construction of administrative building, the steel works, the total weight for the steel works is 4,388.48 kilograms, as indicated in the approved plans. For architectural works, here are the overview of the works to be done. Tile, painting, ceiling, carpentry, doors and windows, toilet partition, and miscellaneous. For the construction of administrative building, it would include electrical works, mechanical works, also just a continuation, mechanical works. For it would also cover planning works, plumbing works. Ito yung details niya, but all the specifications can be obtained or can be seen at the bid documents and plans. So for construction of control tower building, yung total volume of excavation is 893.39 cubic meter, while the total volume for backfill is 499.61 cubic meters, and the total volume of gravel bedding is 61 cubic meters delivered. It should be delivered on site. For the pile driving works, yung total length ng driven pile is 3,402 linear meters. Yes. Construction of control tower building, concrete works. It includes yung coverage, yung total weight for the rebars is 144,338 kilograms. Total area of formworks is 4,808 square meters and a total concrete of 967 cubic meters. Masonry works, this is also included in the control tower building. Structural works for cover includes steelworks, moisture and thermal protection works, and carpentry works. Ang mga subworks dito, yung ceiling finishes, wall finishes, and tile works. So architectural works for the control tower, under this major work includes raised wall and precast walls, painting works, doors and windows, toilet partition, concrete countertops, and accessories. Construction also covers electrical works, and ayan po yung mga specifications niya. Mechanical works, so fire detection and alarm system is also included, and the supply and installation of passenger elevator. So it's a 1-unit passenger elevator system with a capacity of 630 kilograms with accessible to 8 persons. So for plumbing works, inclusive of site works, sewer line system, water line system, storm drainage system, septic tank catch basin and trench basin, a trench drain, fixtures and accessories. Sa powerhouse naman, ito po yung covered civil structural works. Ito din po yung mga coverage na laki. For architectural works and electrical works, flashing your screens right now. Also electrical works. Just take note that the contractor must secure the testing and commissioning of the electrical works. So it is the responsibility of the contractor to get this testing and commissioning of electrical works. So sa powerhouse naman, ito po yung sa mechanical works and planning works niya. And the civil, sa transformer yard, ito po yung requirement, nasa screens niyo po. Sa pathway and security fence with gates, perimeter concrete hollow block fence, type 4 security fences with gates, landscaping, perimeter concrete hollow blocks, and vehicular parking area concrete pavement. So, for the site development, yung total, yung concrete curbs niya, coverage is 104.82 cubic meters and concrete works is 80.76 cubic meter. And then, it would involve painting works and exterior drainage system. So, with that, we end our presentation, and the technical working group now is ready to accept any clarification or questions from our prospective bidders and with the assistance of our end user from the ADMS. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Okay, thank you, Jennifer. I'm sorry again, Secretariat, meron tayong bidders for this.
Yes, sir. We do have bidders for this, sir.
Sige. Sige, at this juncture, we're opening the floor for any questions regarding the presentation. When you ask your question, kindly state your name and the company you represent, and our TWG and end user are here to answer all your queries. Meron po bang mga tanong?
Sir, good morning.
Go ahead po, sir.
Good afternoon. I am Evan Dikimshin of Prime Gigabuild. May I ask a question lang yung regarding the pile driving? What is the length of the piles for this one?
Sir, anong item yun, engineer? Sir, Architect Emerson Salas, our ADMS end user, sir, is here to reply to your query.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, yung length po nung file natin is 18 meters po yung length. Ang total niya is sa taas. Yan. 0.40 meters by 40 meters by 18 meters ribbon pipe. 5,000 PSI.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. That is all, sir. Thank you, sir.
Any other queries po?
Meron pang queries? Okay, if as we wait for more questions, under the rules, you're allowed to submit your questions in writing until 10 days before the scheduled opening of bids. So should you not be able to submit your queries or raise your queries now, you can send them to in writing to our secretariat, and we will answer them. So again, for the last time, do you have questions, prospective bidders? If there's no more, we will just await your written queries if there's any, and wait for your submission of bids. Sige, with that, let's close this item already. Let's proceed to the next item on the agenda. Thank you po. We'll dismiss the bidders. The next item in the agenda is the General Santos Airport Development Project. Completion of expansion and rehabilitation of existing passenger terminal building and construction of other airport facilities amounting to 96,100,840 pesos and 44 cents. An ADMS DOTR downloaded project. Do we have bidders for this? No. Before that, are we clear already, Secretariat?
Yes, sir. Our bidders for item 2.3, sir, is the same with the item 2.4, sir.
Sige. With that, sige, let's already proceed. I reckon si Engineer Macabenta will be presenting. Go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The next agenda for the to be discussed for the pre-bid conference is the General Santos Airport Development Project CY 2021. Project title is General Santos Airport Development Project CY 2021, completion of expansion and rehabilitation of existing passenger terminal building and construction of other airport facilities. Source of fund for this project is GAACY 2021 DOTR downloaded project. Approved budget for the contract or ABC amounting to 96,100,840 pesos and 44 cents. In the left side of the screen is the list of minimum technical personnel requirement for this project. One project engineer, one geodetic engineer, one electrical engineer, one mechanical engineer, one architect, and the construction safety and health officer. Right side of the screen is the list of minimum major equipment requirement. For example, a backhoe with one backhoe with breaker, that is 1.5 cubic meter in capacity, and other details for the minimum major major equipment requirement are listed on are included in the Philippine bidding documents. Required pickup license for building an industrial plant, medium A license category B. For road, highway, pavement, railway, airport, horizontal structures and bridges, small B, license category C and D. For this project, the duration including the 31 rainy and unworkable days is 420 calendar days. Applicable fee for bidding documents is 56,000 inclusive of 12% VAT. ITB clause 3.0 in regards to bidding requirements, certificate of site inspection with the prescribed format Annex B Form 1, duly signed by Mr. Joel V. Gavina, Airport Manager of General Santos Airport, or his duly authorized representative is required to be submitted. This shall include the certificate of site inspection shall include a copy of company ID of the person who conducted the site inspection, copy of the airport's visit or facility visitor's logbook with the entry of the name and signature of the person who conducted the site inspection, and a picture of the proposed site including the personnel who conducted the site inspection together with airport manager or officer in charge or his duly authorized representative shall form part of the bidder's technical documents. Bids not complying with this instruction shall be disqualified. Shown in the screen is the sample illustration for the certificate of site inspection and the company ID and airport logbook. ITB 5.2 refers to the requirement for the eligible bidders with respect to the single largest completed contract that is similar to the project, equivalent to at least 50% of the ABC. For this purpose, contracts similar to the project refer to contracts which have the same major categories of work, which shall be the following categories. Number one, building. It's construction, improvement, rehabilitation, and repair amounting to the ABC 76,923,662.11 pesos. Second category, concreting or asphalting of roads or other horizontal structures with the ABC 17,146,478 and 33 cents. With ITB clause 7.1, subcontracting is not allowed for this project. ITB clause 10.1. Bidder shall submit all eligibility and technical documents as specified in Section 10, the checklist of technical and financial documents. This will be discussed later during this presentation. Ten point three. A valid pickup license is required, and in case of joint ventures, a valid special pickup license and registration for the type and cost of the contract for this project. Bids not complying with this instruction shall be the as discussed earlier, the requirement for pickup license is medium A license category B for vertical, small B license category C and D for horizontal works. Bids not complying with this instruction shall be disqualified. ITB 11.2 refers to the documents comprising the financial component. Bids exceeding the ABC of the project shall be disqualified. ITB 10.4, a list of contractors' key personnel assigned to the project to be bid with their complete qualification and experience data shall be provided. These key personnel must meet the required minimum years of experience set as shown in ITB clause 10.4. General experience, 5 years. Relevant experience to the project, similar to the project, is 3 years. Bids not complying with the above instruction shall be disqualified. ITB 10.5 refers to the list of contractors' major equipment units, which are owned, leased, and or under purchase agreements supported by proof of ownership, certification of availability of equipment from the equipment lessor or vendor for the duration of the project as the case may be. Must meet the minimum requirements for the contract set. No, so this is the first batch of the list of major equipment and its minimum requirement. For example, 1 unit backhoe with breaker, 1.5 cubic meter. Second batch of the listed major equipment. So bidders not complying to ITB 10.5 clause 10.5 shall be disqualified. ITB 15.1 refers to the bid security. The bid security shall be in the form of a bid securing declaration or any forms of the following or any of the following forms and amounts. For bid security in cash, cashier's or manager's check, bank draft or guarantee, or irrevocable letter of credit, the amount of the bid security shall not be less than 2% of the ABC. For when the form of bid securing declaration is in a surety bond. The amount shall not be less than 5% of the ABC. ITB, ITB Clause 16.0 refers to the sealing and marking of bids. Each and every page thereof shall be initialed or signed by duly authorized representative of the bidder. All the documents to be submitted, eligibility, technical, and financial, shall be properly marked with index tabs or ear tab and must be sequentially paginated in accurate order in the form of, for example, page 3 out of 100. Page of the last number of the document, page number of the last page of the document. This will be, pagination will be per envelope basis. Pagination should be sequential based on the entire span of the whole documents inside the envelope. So bids not complying to this instruction shall be disqualified. Sample illustration for ITB Clause 16.0. Table contents with the page, index tab, initials, and sequentially paginated in accurate order. Additional instruction in the ITB Clause 16.0 refers to the number of copies that each bidder shall submit. One original copy of the technical and financial eligibility documents. All envelopes must be labeled as follows: name of the contract to be bid in capital letters, name and address of the bidder in capital letters, name and address of the procuring entity BAC identified in the ITB clause number 10.1. Bear the specific identification of this bidding process indicated in the invitation to bid. And lastly, must be labeled bearing a warning, do not open before the date and time of the opening of bids in accordance with ITB Clause 21. ITB Clause 19.2. For the detail, the instruction is for the detailed evaluation and comparison of bids. The bids to be submitted shall not be partial bid shall not be is not allowed. The infrastructure project is packaged in a single lot, and the lot shall not be divided into sublots for the purpose of bidding, evaluation, and contract award. Special conditions of the contract. General condition of the contract clause 7.2 refers to the warranty of the permanent structures. In case of permanent structures such as buildings of types 4 and 5 are classified under the National Building Code of the Philippines, and other structures made of steel and iron or concrete which comply relevant to structural codes such as but not limited to steel or concrete bridges, flyovers, aircraft movement area, ports, dams, tunnels, filtration and treatment plants, sewerage systems, power plants, transmission and communication towers, railway system, and other similar permanent structure. The warranty shall be 15 years. GCC Clause 13, the amount of the advance payment shall not exceed 15% of the total contract price. However, as per the OTR policy, procuring entity will not give advance payment to contractors. GCC Clause 15.2, the amount to be withheld for failing to produce as-built drawings and or operating and maintenance manuals by the date required is 2% of the contract price. I'll now proceed with the project technical details. This project includes expansion and improvement of the passenger terminal building. So, shown in the screen are the exterior perspective of the expansion, vicinity map, and site development plan, where the expansion will be constructed. Ground floor of the expansion, second floor, roof plan, elevation plans, tile layout, landscaping layout plan, layout for the covered pathwalk, details of the covered pathwalk, admin access road layout plan with the dimension 6 meters wide, 38 linear meters in length. Details of the security fence. To discuss in details of the scope for the on the scope of works. Scope of work. First item is SPL1, mobilization demobilization. SPL2 for the temporary facilities, including staff house, service vehicle for 420 calendar days, third item is item A, passenger terminal building, with works under the passenger terminal building works is the civil or structural works with subcategory of site works, concrete, masonry, steel works, roofing, waterproofing, tile works. I'm sorry. Item A2 is the architectural works that includes tile works, ceiling works, painting works, doors and windows, and doors and windows. Item A3, electrical works includes wires, conduits, and boxes, lighting fixtures and wiring devices, panel board, feeder wires and conduits, fire detection and alarm system, termination accessories. Item A4, included in the passenger terminal building expansion is plumbing works. Under this, site works, storm drainage system, catch basin, elevator pit, sump, pump, and drainage line, relocation of holding tank. Item A5, mechanical works. The work includes material, labor, and equipment tools to complete the installation of air conditioning units, accessories, hangers, and supports hangers and supports, and fire sprinkler system as indicated in the approved plans. Item A6, supply and installation of special equipment. Special equipment includes machine roomless elevator, complete with control panel, escalator complete with controller and other accessories. Item A7, landscaping works for the passenger terminal building. Under this is placing of topsoil, sodding, soft skate at landside area, So that is the last scope for the passenger terminal building. Item B is construction of other airport facilities. B1, pavement tiles. Under B1 is pavement tiles in the passenger terminal building. Item B2, covered pathwalk. Under this is site works, concrete works, steel works, paving blocks, concrete curbs, and concrete curbs. Item B3 is a type 4 security fence with gates. To do this scope, this will include site works, concrete, masonry, including the plastering, steel works, including the painting, item B4, access road to admin building, and classified excavation. Access road to main building includes unclassified excavation, embankment from borrow excavation, subgrade preparation, aggregate subbase course, cement concrete pavement, 0.25 meter thick. So part of the scope of work are samples, tests, cited specifications, pre-testing certificates. So when requested, the contractor shall furnish a complete written statement of their origin, composition, and or manufacture of any of or all materials that are to be used in the work, unless otherwise provide sampling and testing of materials shall be made by the contractor under the direct supervision of the engineer. All scopes of work for this item must be in accordance with the approved plans and specification quality and approved plans and specifications. Quality and types of material must conform to specifications and must be approved by the project in charge of the CAAP. So for safety and health protocol, the contractor shall be responsible in providing personal protective equipment for staff and workers and safety inspectors or safety engineers on site while construction is ongoing. Regular safety and weather reports shall be accomplished. The contractor shall be responsible for all laboratory testing, laboratory material testing, environmental compliance certificate, safety permits, and survey equipments necessary for in the project implementation. All expenses shall be incorporated in the contractor's overhead cost and shall not be considered as pay item. So this concludes the presentation for the pre-bid conference for General Santos Development Project. At this juncture, we'll entertain questions from the prospective bidders. The TWG shall entertain questions with the help of the end users.
Thank you for the presentation, Engineer Pabenta. So, as mentioned, do you have questions, bidders? This is the time for you to raise them. Again, do you have questions? Okay. In any case, similar to the other presentations earlier, you have the opportunity to submit your queries in writing until 10 days before the scheduled opening of bid. So, should you not be able to raise them today, or should you find more questions later on, you can write us through our secretariat, the BAC secretariat, and we will answer them in accordance with the rules. So again, let me just give everyone another chance. Is there any questions from the presentation? Okay. If there's none, we'll just wait for your submitted queries and your bid submissions. Okay. With that, sige, let's already close this item as well. Thank you po to those who showed interest and to others who are watching. You can dismiss the bidders now.
Mr. Chair, the room is clear.
Okay. So that's the last item in the pre-bid conference portion. Do we have anything under other matters?
None from the TWG, Mr. Chair.
None for the Secretariat, sir.
Sige. When is our next meeting?
Sir, next meeting is the opening of bids for Ormoc and Laoag, sir, which is December 21, 2 p.m.
21 na yun.
Yes, sir. Unless there will be other projects na ibababa po.
Sige. Okay.
And then, sir, then we also have, sir, we split this project, sir. We have 4 projects for today for pre-bid. We split it, sir, for 21 and 22, sir. So may dalawang magkasunod po na araw. On 22, sir, we have AM and PM, sir. Since Catbalogan has 10 bidders who inquired for today, we scheduled it at 10 in the morning, and then for Jensan and Tacloban asphalt overlay, sir, we scheduled it in the afternoon, sir, 2 p.m. Sir.
Alright. Sige. Just keep us posted in the group chat in Viber. Sige, if there's nothing else in the agenda, we can already adjourn the meeting. Thank you everyone for attending, our observers, our members. Of course, maraming salamat po for your time.
Sir?
Yes.
Pahabol po. Meron po palang December 9, sir, pre-bid of Tacloban asphalt overlay, sir. It's in at 2 p.m., sir.
Okay.
It will just be online.
Sige. Okay. Ay, 2 p.m. ng 9, Thursday? I think
yes,
that's Bravo.
Sir.
May tinanong sa akin kanina ng Back Bravo.
Back Bravo is 10 a.m., sir.
AM. Okay. Sige. Alright. Okay na yun. Sige, just keep us posted. Sige, everyone. Maraming salamat po. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, Sir Junella.
Thank you, Atty. Rob. Bye.